Hi friends, Allison here with the Everyday Scrapbooker to share with you a really clean and simple mixed media layout. Before I started recording this video, I was kind of playing around with a different design idea. I had some more paper that was watercolored. I had some pieces that were cut with my Cricut. And after I got them laid out on the layout base, decided not to use them, plainly put. I decided to go in a completely different direction and just keep it super simple and super clean. So I added some gold splatter to the layout base. I used some ancient Heidi Swapp color shine that I've had in my stash for quite a while. And the bits and pieces, the flowers and the leaves that you see arranged on the layout right now, actually were already in my stash. They were used in different projects and I had lots left over. The flowers needed to be die cut still. I had used the emboss resist technique to create them. So I heat embossed them in white with white powder and then ink blended over it to create or get the emboss resist look, and really liked how that turned out. I just matted some white and tan cardstock around the photo and I layered that over the patch of splatter that you see in the background. I'm layering the flowers underneath it to create sort of a anchor for the flower to sit on, or for the flower for the picture to sit on. And then I have one more flower that I die cut and I'm going to add that over top just to create some depth and dimension. I am going to add some sewing thread underneath the flower that's going to be popped up just for a little bit more texture. You're going to hear some barking in a minute here. My dog just joined me and he's feeling kind of frisky, so you'll have to ignore him. So I got the flowers stuck to the corner, the left-hand corner of the photo. I'm going to place the leaves coming off of the popped up flower. Those were watercolored and were used on, like I said, a project that I made a while ago now. I have a ton left over, so I'm looking for excuses to get them used up. This is a really great layout to create for scrapping your stash or stash busting, and that's totally what I was doing with this layout. The title was cut using my Cricut, but it came from some extra charcoal cardstock that I had in my stash. So I cut the title from that. I'm going to use my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere that title down. I'm just going to mark with a pencil where I want it to sit first, and then I'll glue it down just to keep it straight and a little more even. I am really terrible at eyeing things without the help of a ruler and keeping it straight. So I used a ruler just to make things a little bit easier on myself. All I do to glue the title down, anytime I use my Tombow Mono, I just use little dots. A little bit of glue goes a long ways. So I just use very little. I had this idea in my mind for the title to separate it in two different fonts and create a little separation using an enamel dot. I've done that in a layout before. I'll leave a link to the blog post that layout is in so you can see what it looks like. In a way, I was kind of scrap lifting myself as far as the title went. I really loved the way that it looked, and so I wanted to replicate it again. And here it is here. Right now I am just stamping out the date. I've been playing around for a while trying to figure out where I wanted to put that little arrow paper clip and the date as well. And after I come up with the idea of making a tab for the date to go on, putting the paperclip arrow up in the top left-hand corner was just natural. I will add a little bit more embellishments to the arrow in a little bit here, and then I'm going to add some Amy Tangerine embellishments as well in a little bit. But first, let's do some stamping. I'm going to create a bit of a subtitle using my modern typewriter alpha stamp set from Close to My Heart. It's one of my absolute favorites, and if you know me at all and my artwork, you'll know that I use it quite a bit for just about everything. Journaling, making titles, and also subtitles as well, and this is no different. So I'm getting the subtitle stamped out. I'm going to mat it on some more tan cardstock, and then I'll trim it down so it kind of looks like labels, like from a label maker, and arrange them above the title just to kind of fill in that gap a little bit between the picture and the title. I feel like there's just a bit too much room there, and so I was trying to figure out how to fill it, and subtitle just seemed like the natural thing to do to fill that spot. And like seriously, with what you see here, that's pretty much it for the layout. After I got everything pretty well done, including this video, I decided to go back and pop the leaves off the flower up as well with some foam adhesive, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth and help it stand out a little bit more. So I do that for both the leaves down at the bottom of the flower and then the one up at the top as well. And I think it looks way better. I also wanted it to overlap the subtitle just a little bit. I thought it would kind of help tie everything together. So here you can see I'm playing with some Amy Tangerine sticker embellishments. I don't really know what they are offhand. I'll have to look. I will link the products that I used in the video, in this video, in the description box below, so you know where to find them. These ones in particular actually came from the Scrapbook Nerd shop. They were gifts for placing an order, I guess, because they came with my order and I didn't order them. So the Amy Tangerine and also the ones next to them are Pinkfresh. Those came together as well in one of the orders. I also pulled out my Tim Holtz clippings phrase stickers, and I'm kind of placing them around the layout as well, just to help tie everything together. I was trying to figure out still that top left hand corner and move the green sticker that's there a couple of times, put it there, take it off, put it back again. I think at this point I finally must leave it, because I'm just adding some white enamel dots from Close to My Heart to the layout. Yes, it's okay, I'm done. So I'm not going to move that green sticker anymore. And I'm just creating some little embellishment clusters using them. With that, my friends, this layout is pretty well done. Thank you so much for joining me. There are some close-ups coming up, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.